What is up, everybody? The Iceman here on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. And last night we had a little bit of a surprise at the end of the Jericho Jon Moxley match for the AEW Interim Championship. It was a bloodbath between both, which, not surprising. Moxley seems to bleed a lot, and so does Jericho when they're involved in these kind of matches. But it was a good match, and in the end, Jon Moxley retained. Jericho did tap out, but I have issues with this, which will lead further on, not too far down the road, because Chris Jericho pretty much put all his finishing moves on Moxley, and Moxley seemed to get out of it. Jericho had the walls of Jericho on Moxley for it seemed like an eternity, and Moxley did not tap out. It looked like he was going to pass out from the pain, but he didn't. And there were several other moves. Jericho had the Lion Tamer on him. Moxley got out of that. Jericho used the Judas effect, the code breaker, and Moxley got out of that as well. So much for finishing moves when you're facing certain people. And here's my problem with this match. Jericho delivered everything on Moxley, and Moxley got out of it. Now, at the end, CM Punk's music hits after both sides filled the ring, beating the hell out of each other. And Punk comes in and hits everybody on Jericho's JAS group out of it. And then the rest of the Combat Bullet Club go outside the ring, leaving CM Punk and Jon Moxley alone in the ring. Moxley finally turned around and faced CM Punk and gave him the finger. He flipped him off, and then Moxley left the ring. Now, here's my problem with what happened last night. Jericho delivered everything to Moxley, and he got out of it. CM Punk only has a few really finishing moves, most notable the go to sleep. Now, if Moxley gets out of all these devastating moves, especially the walls of Jericho for the amount of time he was in it, how does he lose to CM Punk? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm waiting to find out. How he loses, if he does indeed lose, which most think he will. Again, when Punk showed up, the crowd went nuts in Minnesota at the Target Center, and it was like, holy cow. It was like totally unbelievable. But again, CM Punk can't be as physical as Chris Jericho. He don't have the kind of moves, to me, to, beat Jon Moxley. And quite honestly, you got to blame AEW on that, because they've made Moxley, since he's come back, he's been unbeatable, unstoppable. And so now you got to halt the brakes and find a way for CM Punk to beat him, if that's the case. And come on, everybody, they put the belt. Excuse me, they put the belt on CM Punk because he's a huge draw. So they got to figure this one out. And how about the Bucks coming out, interrupting Hangman and Dark Order, and apologizing for not congratulating him after he had that tremendous match with Kenny Omega to win the title, the AEW title. Excuse me, I got a crick in my throat or something. But, I'm not going to do this over. You just have to tolerate it, unfortunately. And Hangman turned them down. And Hangman even said, he goes, I'm going to be in the corner of Dark Order. I'm not even in the trios match. So, does this leave us to believe that Kenny Omega returns and joins the Young Bucks? Now, the Young Bucks seemed like they were faces at the time, but that doesn't mean anything when Omega shows up. So, that's interesting. And then Jade Cargill, Madison Rayne, who just comes to AEW, gets a TBS title shot. Totally crazy. I honestly thought they were going to give it to her, and they didn't, which was great. And then the coffin match with Darby Allin and Brody King. Weird events happened. And, I get it. You want to push Darby Allin. But, it's Brody King's new with you, too. So, I don't know. Darby Allin gets really pushed hard. But what does he get? He had the TNT title for quite some time. But after that, it's not much of nothing for him. He just likes wrestling these gimmick matches. So anyway, the show was good. The Jericho match and Moxley match, I give an A+. I thought that was awesome. And then Punk coming out made it even better. And when Moxley flipped off Punk and then left the ring, I was thinking to myself, how can Punk realistically beat this guy? Now, I will say this. I'm hearing rumors MJF shows up. And because he's supposedly coming back. MJF's been gone for a long time. Does he come back as a face? And does he come back and help CM Punk beat Jon Moxley when they do wrestle? That's something to ponder on. So anyway, yeah, I'm wearing my new John Cena shirt and the chain that my nephew Matt bought me for an early birthday gift. And, wrestling needs to get direction, like I stated in another video. But maybe, AEW needs to storyline things, And my last thing I want to say is Tony Khan says he thought WWE was better when Vince McMahon ran it. Well, all you did was trash WWE. My advice to you, Tony Khan, is worry about your own company and not worry about WWE. This is the problem when new companies think they can take over somebody else, And, it's only going to hurt you in the long run because you're going to do things just to do them, to try to get ratings. And right now, you still haven't gotten it. Dynamite should be getting over 1.5 million a week. They don't. And, we'll just have to wait and see what happens because things are starting to heat up in AEW because now we know Punk is back and there are rumors of Omega coming back and MJF. So that should make things quite interesting. And quite honestly, if they can't hit 1 million when all this comes through, I don't know. Anyway, this is the Iceman here on this Thursday on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. Peace out, everybody. Have yourself a great day.